This is Ryan with Ivy Tech. Now we're going to go through the process for setting up and leveling an instrument over a known point using an optical plummet, which is generally a scope in the side of the instrument that will hit a mirror and give you a line of sight directly down through the hollow center of the clamp. So push that little hook out of the way so it's not obscuring your vision. Roughly set up over your hub. Rotate the scope so it's facing you, and I like to put my toe underneath the instrument as I look through that scope. And if you can't see the hub, go until you can see your toe, and then pick up and move this whole instrument until the hub is within sight. In my case, I'm on the corner of the hub, so that's close enough to start. Now the next step to get my line of sight directly on that point on the ground is to use my leveling screws one at a time to tilt the instrument until I can see the point perfectly. So I'm looking through the scope and turning these leveling screws one at a time until I'm exactly over the point. So now through the scope I'm exactly over the point, but by moving these screws I've tilted the instrument slightly. So the next step is to find the bullseye bubble on your instrument, which the location varies. Mine here is on the tri-bracket, and you'll see that I'm not level anymore. So what I'm going to do is find the leg opposite where the bubble is, which is over here, unclamp it, and I'm going to raise or lower, in this case I'm going to raise this leg until that bullseye bubble is near the center. And I may need to do the same with a few other legs. To get it right where I want. So by adjusting the legs, the beauty of this method is that I am preserving my focal point on the hub. So now my bullseye bubble is pretty well centered, and if I glance back through this plummet, I'm within probably a 1/16 of being right on. So when I tilt the legs, I'm tilting the instrument, but in such a way that it's maintaining its focal point on that hub. So I've used the legs to get my bullseye bubble leveled. Now I go through my leveling process like you've been taught before. Parallel with 2 screws, the bubble follows that left thumb till you're satisfied. Turn 90 degrees. Use the single screw, and the bubble goes the opposite way of your right thumb. Good. 90 degrees. Use the 2 screws you started with. Bubble follows the left thumb. Just a little bit of a tweak here gets it good. 90 degrees again, using just the single screw with my left hand. The more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get with the process. I'm going to turn this out to the left just a little bit. Too far, come back. And then back where we started from. We're looking pretty good. So our double check for calibration is 180 degree turn, and that bubble is still within the lines. So once you've been through the process of using your screws to get over the point, adjusting the legs to get your bullseye centered, and then leveling, the last thing you should do is double check. And if you're lucky, you'll be right on. In my case, I'm still off about a 1/16 of an inch. The center of my crosshair is right on the edge of my black dot. So to get this right on, I'm going to hold the base while I unclamp, and I'm going to shift this whole instrument toward me just that 1/16 of an inch. Now I'm dead centered. I'm going to reclamp, and when I did that I just shifted. I didn't rotate because that'll mess up your level a lot. Reclamp, go back through and double check your level, because when you unclamp and shift you invariably will change your level slightly. Here I'm still good. Go 90. Still pretty good. Go 90 again. Let this come back. Still good. 90 again. Good. Come back where we started. That's good. Our double check of 180 looks good. And then my last check is just to verify that I'm right on the money. So that is the process for setting up and leveling an instrument over a point.